Hello, everyone. My name is Lucia Oliveira, and I am a professor at FGV BAP in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I and my colleagues, we are very happy to be here presenting our case in the Dark Side Case Competition from the Critical Management Studies Division. Our case is entitled Black Employees Should Matter.
Hello everyone, my name is Bianca, and I'm a doctoral student at FGV BAP.
Hello, my name is Celano. I am a professor at Faculdades IBMEC.
Our case is about diversity and inclusion. This drawing was made by my daughter, and she was 11 years old at the time. And this drawing was made as the George Floyd murders repercussion here in the whole world, but here also in Brazil. And it shows her concerns about diversity and inclusion, not only about race, but also about sexual diversity and gender. But today we are going to discuss our case, which is particularly about race.
Let's make a quick test. I will invite you to think about the 6 closest people around you. Please exclude your family, okay? Could be colleagues, friends, professors. And let's count 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have to think about it. And my people are white people. I don't know you, but that's important reflection to do in this moment. Who is around us?
So our case is based on a real story, and it portrays a dilemma faced by Daniel, who is a young Brazilian Black journalist, and he works for the Brazil's largest and dominant media conglomerate, the Global Group, and more specifically, he works at Global News, which is the news channel of the group. And our case starts with Daniel recalling that the November 20th approaches, which is the Brazilian National Black Awareness Day. And you will understand that this day is a very important day here in Brazil because of the racial inequality that we face and because of the consequences that our history has for us, and we experience it every day. So Brazil has the largest Black population outside Africa, and it represents the majority of our population. And as I mentioned, it is the consequence of more than 300 years of slavery. And with almost 5 million people who were forcibly brought here from Africa. And why do I mention the consequences of this history? It is because it results in the challenges, in the inequality that we face, especially when we look around us, as we just did. So an example of that is that we have here in Brazil, 70% of the employees in managerial positions being white.
And so going back to our case, Daniel, thinking about the Black Awareness Day approaching, he realizes that despite the fact that Global portrays diversity as one of its core values, it has very few Black workers and almost none in leadership positions. And moreover, what Daniel comes to realize is that people, management don't seem to care much about that issue, right? And here we're portraying M Pauta show, which was one of the news events of Global News. And what happened was, following the coverage of manifestations in the USA, they created this special show with only Black journalists. But because it was a repercussion that they were previously discussing the issue only with white journalists. But what happens is it looked like that Global was going to face the issue of inequality within its own workers. But what eventually happened is things went back to business as usual. So here is another show that happened afterwards. And it is the trend that we see in this particular show and in other shows from Global News, which shows 6 journalists and 5 of them are men, and there's only 1 woman, and they're all white. So the case ends with Daniel asking himself this question: what he should do, what he could do, because he's just a young Black journalist with no leadership position at Global.
Yeah, so we expect that with this case, everyone who reads it, professors, students, we challenge you to question yourselves, what could we all do? Because usually, quite often, we are all in Daniel's positions. We don't have powerful positions. We are sometimes not managers, but what can we do where we are to face these structural races in our organizations and universities? Thank you so much for the opportunity to present our work here together.
Thank you.
Thank you.